I love the way I do my eyebrows, and I'm happy that you guys kind of like it too. So if you want to see how to achieve these brows right here, how to get this type of brow instead of walking around with this one, just keep watching. Hey guys, welcome to this video. Obviously this is an eyebrow tutorial because I saw all of the thumbs up that you guys gave my last video when I said if you would like to see an eyebrow tutorial, just thumbs up this video. You guys thumbs it up, and some of you left sweet comments, so thank you. And today I am here to give you guys my eyebrow routine. I'm really excited because I think you guys would love it. And this routine, it just took me twice of experiment until I perfected it. So just give yourself grace. It doesn't have to be perfect the first time, and if you get it perfect the first time, good for you. But just know how to shape your eyebrows. And when I say shape, I don't mean like pluck and thread on your own. I just mean know what shape you like for your eyebrows, because when you have your guideline and your basic shape that you know how you like for your eyebrows to look, everything else from there just becomes easy. So if you want to see how to achieve these brows right here, how to get this type of brow instead of walking around with this one, just keep watching because it's easy, affordable, and quick. So the product that I'm going to use to go in with my brow first is this NYX brow glue, and it just looks like that. So it's just a little gooey paste. All of these products that I'm using, they're nothing new at all, but I just use them in a different fashion for myself. I'm not going to go in the normal direction my hair grows, but I'm going to go in the opposite way. So I'm brushing the product back into my hair. So I should have some crazy brows looking like that. And then I am going to take the same old one, and I am going to take the front of my brows and brush it up. Maybe I can zoom you guys in a little bit more. I'm just dropping everything. So I am just brushing this into the front of my brows. When it comes to the front of my brows, I brush directly upwards, immediately up to the sky, like I am reaching for my blessings. But then when it comes to the second half portion and the last half portion of my brows, I like to brush it up and backwards with the slant. Well, the first tool, the real tool that I'm really gonna go in with is this e.l.f. Brow Lift Applicator, and it just looks like this. So on one side, it has a little spoolie. Mine is a little bit dirty because of the white gel. And then on the other side, it just has a flat applicator. So I'm gonna take this flat side and I am just going to press it against my eyebrows, and I am literally using this to hold my eyebrows in place. I am smashing it against my face. When it comes to the second half and the third half of my brow, I am also going to keep with that same up with the slant type of motion. After you do this, your brows will not be going anywhere. Like when I turn my face, you see how flat that is against my face. So now with that same tool, that same brow applicator tool, I'm going to flip it to the spoolie side, and you see how I have like all of those extra hairs right there just poking through. I am just going to lay that down, like just put everything into a nice even line. And just lay everything evenly. So I just pushed it all down, and that's how my brows are now looking. So when you get to this point, you're truly going to see what areas look sparse that you want to fill in. The main product that I use for my brows, it's nothing new. It's far from new. It's not like that old, but it's nothing new. But the thing that made this eyebrow routine special for me is because when I went to the store to pick this up, of course I have black hair, so you would normally pick up a shade brunette or dark brown, medium brown, whatever, any sort of brown. But when I went to go and pick up this product to give it a try, they didn't have any more dark browns left. So I actually picked up this eyebrow tool in the shade ash brown, and I'm just actually stunned because I'm loving it. So if you are willing to give it a try, I honestly think you should give ash brown a try and see how it looks, because I feel like that's what truly aids in giving my brows the gradient ombre effect. And for my brows, I use the NYX Lift and Snatch brow pen, which looks like this. I know we've all seen it before. And as I said, I use the shade ash brown. Shocker, right? Because when you think of ash brown, you think of someone maybe with like dirty blonde hair. But it works for me, and you guys should give it a try. So for this, as I said, you're just going to want to fill in any sparse spaces you may see. So if I was doing like a full glam look, I'm going to fill in my brows completely. But if I was just maybe going out for quick errands, I would probably just fill in my tail and fill in a little bit of the front, and I'll be okay. But I am going to do a little bit more than that. And I normally like to start filling in my eyebrow from the second half. So I am just going to start at the bottom and start filling in any spaces. So I like to flick up and backwards with the grain of the hair that I set in place. Like, I'm not just going to flick it absolutely up. I'm going to flick it up and back. So now that I pretty much have any sparse areas I may feel like I want filled in the middle, I then work my way to the outer half, which is closer to my tail. And I just love the shade because it's not that noticeable at all, at all. So I don't always worry too much about filling my eyebrow, my outer portion in so heavily, because the last step that I do is bound to take care of that. And lastly, I go in at the front of my brow. So once again, I just do super light strokes, flicking from the bottom upward and back with the slant. And if you're someone who needs to draw like a line underneath as your stopping guideline, that's totally okay, because I don't have to anymore, but once or twice when I first started using this product, I did. So if you need to draw a line underneath as a guideline, that's fine. So let me go ahead and show you, but make sure you just do the line super light-handed. Like, I'm barely touching. You see how I'm putting that line there? That's fine if you need to do that. And then just flick upward from there and just make strokes connecting from that line down below, so you know to not go past that line. And then from there, just take your finger and literally touch your brows and give an upwards motion to practically dissolve that line. You see how that went away? That line is not there anymore. So and those are the brows. That's it. Like, honest to God, that's it. And you can keep playing around and do whatever you want. because I feel like when you do your eyebrow strokes in a couple of different motions, that's what make it look more realistically hair-like, you know? So I don't mind. And when I say that, I mean with the front of my brows. Blend that in with my finger. And the last product that I'm using to complete my eyebrows is another NYX brow glue, but this one is in the shade dark brown. And I had picked this up because I told you originally when I brought this product in ash brown. I just brought it because they were sold out of the brunette, which would have been the actual shade I would have been using for black hair, but they didn't have it. So I was just impatient and I just wanted to pick it up. So because I bought this in ash brown, I just told myself if it doesn't work, I can just go over it with a dark brown glue and give it the look of a darker appearance. So it's actually not necessary. Like looking at it, it's not necessary, but I still like to take this glue in the dark brown and I just like to put it on my tail. And I feel like this is what gives it that ombre look as well, that very gradient look. So this is how the brows will look when they're finished. You know, I don't have any makeup on, so as you can see, they're still very natural. And even up close, you can still see my grains and strokes of hair and the hair that I created for the brows. I think this look is very pretty and it's giving summertime. This is definitely a good brow routine for summer and spring. When it comes to my winter eyebrows, I do them completely different. I like my brows thicker instead of thinner like this for summer, and I like them a little bit more bushy looking. So I use different products. Sorry, I keep doing this to myself. My window is open. And from this point on, since we have all of the brows filled in, you know, if you were just going for a makeup-less type of day, you can leave them like this. And then of course, if you're putting on more makeup from this point on, carve out the rest of your brows with whatever concealer of choice. Today, I am just using my Juvia's Place concealer. And this is another product that I've been using for years. Like, I don't see no point in throwing it away. And this is just an e.l.f. Professional eyeliner brush. And it just looks like that. It's a little square top brush. I prefer brushes like this compared to brushes with this type of shape. There's nothing wrong with it, but I just like an even shape all around. So I'm just gonna fill in my brows really quick and then I'll come right back. And then I just like to go in with this Real Techniques. Man, I had this for such a while. I can't even see what it says. I think it says Dome Shader Brush. It just looks like that. And I just like to use this to blend out my concealer. I like to pat it into place first and brush it down and blend it out. I'm not the type to conceal on top of my brows because I feel like for an everyday type of look, that just gives too much. But when it comes to like a full-on glam, I will conceal the top of my brow to just make it look extra clean. But on a daily basis, I don't do that because to me, being able to see the tops of your hair, it just gives more of a natural look to me. So that's why I do not conceal the top of my eyebrows. But if this was a glam type of makeup look, like I said, then I like to do that. So I just go through and make sure everything looks okay. And I have a mirror in front of me, which is really close, but the mirror right here is further away. And I think that's important to me to make sure that everything look nice and even, which it does. And I always say eyebrows are meant to be sisters and not twins, okay? you have two different sides to your face anyway, so of course you're gonna have two different eyebrows. And if you understand what I say, you have two different sides to your face, then you get it. Don't try to sit here and perfect it, because at the end of the day, my eyebrows are not perfectly the same. They are not. The front of my eyebrows, this one's more narrow and this one's wider, and I let it be because I feel like it just looks more authentic. And I just finished my makeup and I just added some highlight under my eyebrows, and we are done. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this eyebrow routine. If you decide to give this look a go, especially using the shade Ash Brown, just let me know. I would love to know how it worked out for you. Hope that you guys really did enjoy this video, and I'll see you for my next video. And I hope you have a phenomenal week. As I always say in every video, if you have any suggestions for a type of video you would like to see, just let me know. Until then, bye pretty.